Awesome, man. Yeah, thanks for jumping back up. Picking up where we left off here to review the refund petition. That looked good. We're going to throw it in the right signature. Do you need any action from me on that point?
Say that one more time.
Do you need me to do anything for you around that petition? Or are we good there?
No, I just wanted to look over and see if everything's good. Otherwise, I'll get it to Ramiro to submit to right signature.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it looked good to me, man. Let's rock and roll with that. I love the idea. I love the catch behind that. It's good.
I like being sneaky.
Little ninja move. So just kind of recapping the process. Client requests refund and sticking to support. Support verifies client signing the right signature agreement. Support responds with instruction document and how to present results for the what we call it the petition request. Refund petition request document.
So what are we doing?
I'm just recapping the process real quick just to make sure.
Oh, okay.
So support response to refund petition request, document how to present results. Client responds with submitted document. Responds by signing the signature and submitting documents. We'll respond by scheduling a call with the coach to review submitted petition with response, and coach reviews petition response with client makes client happy. I think we asked for some numbers. I think they got back to us, right, about how many chargebacks and all that stuff in our cases.
It's hard for me to understand you, man. Audio's all weird.
1, 2, 3, audio check.
That's better.
Here, I'm going to speak directly into the side of the computer. All right, so let's see. Did we get a response specifically on the cost of the number of chargebacks we get, a refund request, chargebacks, all that stuff? Did we get those numbers?
No, I mean, we did and we didn't. They didn't respond very thoroughly in terms of history. If you read it, they give pretty generic responses. But she said they get about 3 to 5 refund requests per month, and like basically around 2 per month may file chargebacks. So that's what they said, but it wasn't really a data-driven response. But if we go off of that, then I mean the cost to actually process the chargeback, it's like $15. So it's not a big deal. But it's it's the labor. So I don't know, maybe an hour per chargeback. So labor. I think the bottom line is it has. I mean, if we can put something in place so that the coaches don't miss the part about verifying that they filled out the agreement, that's the most important thing. Then it seems like we'll minimize the cost of any chargebacks that way.
Okay. So, yes, and do you still want to do the? Do you want just support to handle that, all that thing? Talking to the client.
I'm down to. I want to have the coach process a call too, so do a call regardless.
Yeah.
So I'll authorize that. So have one call with the client. Um, yeah, it's just the hassle of just avoiding a chargeback because sometimes we lose them no matter what. Depends on who's reviewing stuff. So we don't have a guarantee that we're going to win all of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say let's just start with one.
Okay.
One call, and I will compensate the coach for that call,
Okay.
standard rate, whatever that is.
Yeah. So about a 30-minute call. And the intention will be to review the result and to add value, right, wherever they can, and to peacefully bring the client to the conclusion that they're not getting a refund, but they have resources they can tap into at E&P to help them achieve their outcomes.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. All right. Cool. Any other thoughts, questions, comments, concerned about this?
No, not about VIP.
Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and save this. I'll clean it up a little bit later, but I'm going to brief the coaches on this on Monday. Cost for acceleration, elevation, refund request, or withdrawals. Withdrawal request. All right, we had a couple questions we throw out here. So we see the biggest opportunity here is people requesting refunds when they made their deposit before they've interviewed. That's the most common things coming up. Second thing that's most common is people request stop payment at some point in the program, they drop out. The third thing is people request a downgrade from elevation to acceleration.
Right.
Yeah, so the most common thing is the refund request here. Let's see, I have some thoughts here. First, let's go ahead and let's just say what the process is. So, process. Say, how do they usually work out? Clients, and they just take it to support.
Say what?
Let's go through the process here. So the first thing that happens is client submits ticket to support for refund request, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Then what does support say the client would do from there?
I mean, there's no requirement on behalf. Like, this is different in that there's no agreement. There's no required actions for them to take. They're just kind of in a holding pattern, waiting for. Oh wait, is this for deposit or is this for the wanting to back out of?
Let's do deposit first. Let's do deposit.
Yeah, so there's no so there's no agreement. They haven't signed anything, have they?
No.
So yeah, I mean, immediately I think they have to contact you or whoever they need to contact in order to, keep that person committed.
Got it. So, like this. Support, schedules, client on calendar, the coach verifies existing appointment. Support. So this is something, this is okay, this I just share from experience. So, the email you sent me the other day, the woman from the UK who wanted to refund her deposit. What I did is I called her. I said, hey, I saw you, I'm paraphrasing here. I see that you calling you from Elite Marketing Pro. I see you haven't gotten the interview yet for your program. Wanted to call, make sure that you got your appointment to interview for the program. He said, yeah, I sent an email to support. I want a refund my deposit. I don't think I'm ready for the program yet. I was like, got it. I get you don't feel like you're ready for the program, and you send email support. So I'll look into that for you. Right, I'll be sure to look into that for you and get back to you and see what's going on. And what I recommend is that you go ahead and conduct your interview anyways, right, regardless. And after your interview, you can still decide whether or not you want to refund your deposit, but you should at least conduct the interview first. And at the end of that, at the end of that interview, you can still choose one way or the other. It's perfectly fine. And she said, "Oh, I can." So she ended up not refunding the deposit right away, and she's scheduled for an interview in 2 weeks because she's going on vacation today. But it worked to get her to not refund the deposit, to actually go through the buying conversation, to show up to the buying conversation, I should say.
Yeah,
So
I like that response. We can do that.
Cool. So that was me that did it, right? Do we want support to reassure them? Or do you want a coach to reassure them to show up to the appointment?
Yeah, I mean the coach, but in this case, I don't think we should compensate wingman only because the closing job isn't done. So we can, or support can send them a reply and basically state exactly what you just said to them. But again, support's not trained to, quite influence.
Right.
Support usually communicates through email, not through phone.
Got it. Yeah, I'm just trying to think how we could do both. I get your point of view. You said the buying process is not done yet. I appreciate that. I'm just trying to think of a win-win. Um, do you think it would be effective if support just replied with an email? Do you think they would get on the calendar with the coach and show up?
You're garbled again, man. I can't understand you.
Sorry. Do you think if support sent them an email with the instructions to complete their interview first, do you think they'd be a satisfied customer and show up?
I mean, we can try it, man. I mean, it's worth a shot. I'm okay with that.
Okay. What yours in that? Here's another thought. I'm just throwing this out there. This is what came out to me when you said there's no agreement in place. What if there was a simple agreement that was like, hey, you have to show up for your interview to qualify for your refund?
Well, then you're putting in place the refund idea on their head.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, you're right. $500 is not. Yeah.
But why are they? My question is, why are they waiting so long for an interview?
Yeah. So I don't know the flat answer to that question, and I can take a look at our process. There's a breakdown in communication, but the coaches are instructed to put them on my calendar for the interview. They all have my link. So the process is if a coach has someone that's up for an interview for elevation or acceleration, I put them on my calendar and I interview them, and then I complete the process. And what we're moving towards is the coach is completing their own interviews for their ignition clients. Now that we have the webinar, I'm training them on how to do that.
Mm-hmm. So it shouldn't be an issue moving forward?
No, I mean, I can reemphasize, what the process is with the coaches. I thought it was clear to communicate it, but yeah, if support is getting tickets, maybe the breakdown of support doesn't know to put them on my calendar or where to put them. So that could be, maybe they're sending out emails, but the emails get lost amongst, the hundreds of other ignition clients that are emailing. So what I think the structure is just support has the calendar and they have it in front of them and they just put the client on the calendar right there and then.
Okay, that's fine.
Cool. All right, and then step 3 will be Right, then the coach does the interview and then they close the client or grants a refund of deposit. Let's see. Anything else there that leads into the other process? So, anything else to say there?
You gotta add the link that support's gonna use to schedule.
Okay. Anything else?
That is it, Holmes.
Ooh. All right, second scenario or next scenario, people request to stop payment and drop out of the program.
I think here it's worth having a coaching call with them, and so I think we can compensate the coach for that coaching call. But they're already having coaching calls, aren't they? Now.
Well, now, yeah, it's different now.
Okay, so if they don't, so here's the, if they don't have any remaining coaching calls to support schedules a coaching call, and we obviously compensate the coach for that call. If they already have coaching calls scheduled, basically encourage the client to show up for that next coaching call and talk with their coach about that. I don't know how they do that, but
We got it. Works. Okay. All right, so if support gets the ticket, they will direct client to their accountability coach by verifying that they already have, their next appointment, or if they don't, by then directing them to the link to book their appointment with their coach.
yeah, and they have to know where they can verify that information. So you got to put that in here.
Verify what information?
Sorry?
Verify what information? Sorry.
How can support verify that the appointment is scheduled?
Got it.
Where can they look it up?
There should be a function inside schedule once that should work. If not, we can just share calendars via Google Calendar. They can just do a quick search function inside Google Calendar.
Yeah, whatever works. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it.
Okay. And the accountability coach does magic and makes customer happy and keeps them in the program. Let me ask you, Ferny, this might be a question for you. What has worked for you in the past when clients have wanted to withdraw it and you've kept them in the program? I know I've done it a few times, but I'd love to hear your experience on what's worked for you.
I mean, I'm not. I think you've probably done a better job than I have with handling that stuff. I generally go, okay, and not worry about it. But that's just probably a result of me just having too many things going on. And now that we have you guys, we can afford to have more powerful conversations, and you guys are trained in that stuff, unlike I am. So.
Right. Okay. I just want to see if something's worked for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as far as I can tell, you've done a great job of saving the sales so far. So I think you'd be better at teaching that stuff than I would.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm thinking like for specific, like a request to drop out of the program, that might require the most powerful conversation of all these conversations. I think that one might have to go directly to the most qualified coach, which may be me or maybe someone that I train. I'll have to think about that. Okay. Does maybe. Well, let me ask you this: what kind of concessions have you done in the past, or anything that you've seen work, or like what would the coach be authorized to do in order to keep that client in the program, if anything?
Well, they're already coaching. They're already getting coaching calls. So,
Like extending their payment terms, anything like that?
extending payment terms within the period of their membership. So, in other words, they can't still be making payments after the program's over, because then we have no leverage. We can't take anything away.
Yeah. Anything else that you've seen has worked?
I mean, I'd say offering a coaching call with me, 30-minute call, so I can, reorient them in the right direction, marketing-wise. As a way of showing them goodwill and showing them that we care.
Okay. Got it. Anything else to share there?
That's it. Oh, sometimes people want to pause a payment or like skip a payment.
Yeah.
And just add it to the end of their term. So again, they could do that if it's within the time period that they are in the program as a member.
Okay.
If not, then they need to basically ask me for authorization to extend the payment terms.
Okay.
Sometimes they do. I mean, sometimes people go through financial hardship or whatever, and it helps to work with them a little bit. But I actually don't have any data as to whether giving people the option to skip a payment, whether or not it results in them eventually canceling anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Got it. And let's just cover the last one real quick in the last 3 minutes. People request a downgrade from elevation to acceleration.
Um, let's see. Well, I think again there needs to be there needs to be a call scheduled with the coach.
Yep. Okay. Anything different than the one above?
Yeah, and then and yeah, they have a call where the coach, keeps them from doing that essentially.
Got it. I know we talked about some of the distinctions, like what they lose at elevation. I think you said big thing is that they don't get to apply the credit for acceleration to elevation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they downgrade, they won't be able to apply the credit. They won't get any of the bonuses. So they'll have to buy elevation at full price later if they want to upgrade.
Yeah.
And that might not be a big incentive or pain point because they might not have the money and never see themselves upgrading to elevation anyway because of the money issue.
Yeah.
So again, that's why the leading with the mindset reorientation, however you do that from the coach would probably be best because then it's
Got it. Just something to think about again. Consider the possibility, like what if both acceleration and elevation were both 1 year programs? Because I really get that it takes a year to really transform somebody's business. What if they were both 1 year programs? Obviously, different price points, but with just like different amounts of bonuses, like for the two. I don't know what that would look like off the top of my head.
yeah, I don't know because then we'll have people potentially on these webinars the entire year. I don't know how that would work. Really, the only part that's limited in terms of the term is the coaching online, the weekly mentorship calls that they do with us. That's the only thing that ends after the 5-term thing ends. They still have access to the Facebook group. They still have access to their curriculum. They still can attend the event, the workshop, if they haven't already, whenever they are ready. So we don't keep them from attending the workshop later after the 5 months are done if they can't attend for whatever reason. So the only distinction is the only major distinction is they can't show up to the group coaching after 5 months.
So just curious, would it hurt EMP or would it be down EMP if acceleration was just positioned as a 1 year program as well, but just not as many workshops and not as many bonuses? And that they were still in the group coaching for.
Say that one more time.
Would there be any negative to positioning acceleration as a 1 year program? Where the only difference is they only get one workshop and less bonuses, but they still get access to the group coaching mentoring for a full year.
Yeah, because then we'd have longer calls. We wouldn't be able to support everybody because then our calls would get too big.
So that's the only concern?
Yeah, I mean, we're already moved to a 2 calls per week model.
Yeah.
To handle the volume, which is a good problem. But then eventually that'll fill up. We're kind of counting on people leaving or upgrading. If they upgrade and they pay, great. But most people just don't upgrade; they just stop, and so that creates more space for new people to get mentorship. I don't want to go back to having 3-hour-long mentorship calls.
Okay. Yeah, just something to think about, man. I just looking at Christian's model, all of Christian Mickelson's coaching programs are 1 year long as a baseline.
And they have just different benefits?
That's correct. That's correct. And by the way, he also does a weekly like marketing webinar, just like what I would equate to the same as the acceleration webinar. And they all get access to that for the period of the year. Now, I don't know if it's him directly that does it per se. It might be his marketing team. But yeah, all his programs are anchored in it at a full year.
But still, wouldn't people downgrade anyway? Even if it was a year, they'd still be downgrading, no?
I don't know. Something to think about. If they perceive it, I'm in this program for a year and I'm getting four workshops and all these bonuses. Why might I want to downgrade?
Wouldn't it make it more of an incentive to downgrade, since they're going to be on it for the full year anyway?
I get where you're coming from. Yeah, let me percolate on that one. I just wonder what that might look like. How do I intercept the thought like, hey, I'm elevation. Why don't I just downgrade to acceleration?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll think about that one, man. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, hey, I want to acknowledge we're 4 minutes over, 30 minutes. We said we do this. I feel like we got done what we need to get done. Is there anything else you want to cover?
Oh, man, there was something on top of my head. What was it? Oh, yeah. So our revenues are actually this month are doing well. We're actually 10K ahead. So it's the 7th day today, and we're about at 80K for the month, which puts us about 10K ahead.
Yeah.
Would you be able to kind of like just look on your end of where the revenue is coming from mostly? I know we had some elevation payments and stuff. I just want to see, are you guys now just doing a better job of upgrading people to elevation acceleration because of the webinar or some other thing?
Let me write it down. Yeah, so why is it that we're 10K ahead? What is that wingman's doing, and how can we keep doing it?
Yeah, because really the trend has been, for as long as I can remember this year, every month we've always started low, because like you guys close out the month strong, and then you guys are setting up for the next month, so sales tend to be really low in the beginning of the month, especially that first week, and then we play catch up for the rest of the month. But that hasn't been the case this month. This month has been strong with revenue for this first week, and I wanna understand why. Like, what's different?
Got it.
From what I can see, we've done more higher ticket sales, but we also closed quite a few VIP sales recently.
Yeah.
So what's changed? Why are these VIP sales all of a sudden popping? Because the trend in the past has been that the coaches have pretty much been teeing up their sales and closing most of them, towards the second half of the month, not the first half.
Yeah. Great question. So I do know we're up across the board in everything, VIPs and accelerations and elevations. What's happened to make that happen? Like, what are the lead indicators that give us that lag results?
Yeah, I just want to report on that so we can see if we can continue that. I want to make a conscious effort to continue doing what's working right now.
Absolutely. So I think what might work to do that, Ferny, is I'll take a look at every single sale that we've had in the last 7 days, and I'll reverse engineer all those sales to see, hey, what was the time, who was the coach, what happened to have that happen.
Yeah.
I can see, hey, I can kind of see what the source of the result was.
Yeah, because I mean, I even just closed a 3K VIP sale recently, or this morning, I think. Oh, that's cool. Like, because I'm not running. The thing is, I'm not running any promotions. There's no incentive for the coach right now that we've offered them yet. I haven't announced anything to the community, but our revenues are up.
Counterintuitive.
So what? So I want to know why our revenues are up.
Yeah. So one thing I can tell you, our priority has been response time. So one thing that's different is that calendar change that we did, right? That's one thing. And another big thing is that we've integrated a new process for selling. We call it the free sessions that sells, and we've been practicing it. And I've been using it like a madman, and I've been sharing it with the team. So I think it might be between those two things. I think those, obviously it's not the whole picture, but I think those two variables are part of.
Yeah, it's probably a combination of a couple things, but it's definitely what you guys are doing. Because you guys are closing VIPs, you guys close acceleration elevation. So I just want to have the data to support that hunch, and then also if there's anything we need to do in order to maintain that, then I want to know. If it's just a matter of something you guys are already doing and implemented, like the free sessions itself, then great, and I don't need to do much. And the good news is that when we do promotions for the coaches and for the community to upgrade, then we're starting from a new and much better baseline as opposed to playing catch up.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Well, I have a couple quick questions. So I will do that, Ferny. I will reverse engineer every sale from this past week, and I'll report it to you, like what my analysis is on it. And I'll have that to you by Monday.
Yeah, that's cool.
By the huddle. And a couple questions for you, kind of tangential questions. Keith Cunningham, just to give you a heads up, there's quite a bit of homework to prepare for the mastermind. So Joshua and I have been setting aside about an hour a day, every day, to kind of make some progress on it. Granted, we're looking to, really be over-prepared for it.
No.
But just want to kind of give you a heads up that there's a decent amount of preparation for that mastermind. And just see if you need any support around that or what have you.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm in communication with Rita, so she knows we're going to submit our payment early next week.
Okay.
I already sent her the questionnaire.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for the heads up. Yeah, I mean, is a lot of it CFO type stuff? Because that's the part I suck at.
Some of it is, and some of it is definitely going to be coming in knowing your numbers. Like I saw in the updates that Matt and you guys hired a CFO coach, and you have the CFO a scoreboard, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Awesome. I would say having that integrated and ready to display at the mastermind is going to be key. A lot of the homework questions, actually, you have a few minutes right now. I want to respect your time. Can I just give you an overview of the homework?
Sure.
Okay, let me pull it up. Give me 1 second. By the way, when do you have to go? Because I don't have any appointments after this, so I can keep talking. I want to respect your schedule.
I got another 5-10 minutes.
Okay. Thank you. Overread here. So everybody has to submit a board report. It has to be uploaded to Dropbox 4 days prior. So the event starts on the 16th. So by midnight of the 12th, it has to be uploaded. So I mean, it gives a format, right? State of the Union, agenda, financials, organizational chart, time allocation. We're allocating our time. Any other supporting materials. It's kind of the overview. Right, State of the Union, who we are, what we do, our challenge. This quarter. Here's what I said I would accomplish this quarter. What worked, went right over the last quarter. What didn't work, or you missed last quarter. What happened that shouldn't have happened, or what didn't happen that should have happened. Due to the challenges and obstacles that are now obstructing our progress for the outcomes, here's my plan for overcoming these obstacles. New opportunities are looming as we've identified. Where do you think you'll be after our next meeting? At our next meeting in April, what are you optimizing for? Agenda. So you have to actually come up with your agenda, how you want to guide the conversation. You're going to have. He says plan for it as if you only had 45 minutes, but in reality, it'll go up to 90 minutes if needed. So specifically, yeah, like what you want to talk about at your meeting, right? You want to go into it like, hey, everybody else in this meeting is your board of directors. And, what do you need to discuss with your board of directors? Like, what's the one thing, or what are the, what needs to be briefed? Let's see, organizational chart. EMP probably already has one. They're pretty well organized. Yep. Just having that flat all the way through with roles and responsibilities and time allocation, like, where our focus is at with the different areas of the business. So that's kind of the template. Let me give you this over here. Here's an example. So leadership culture, business development, execution, strategy.
I may need, if this is the case, I may need Matt there.
I think it would be a great idea.
Yeah, Matt is much better with all this stuff.
Yeah. And come back over here.
He's more familiar with all this. Because he's been working with Claire on a lot of this, roles, responsibilities. Yeah, we have that, but he knows how to find shit. Like, all right, I'll have to think about this.
Yeah.
Okay, this is helpful.
Yeah, and so here's the actual meeting preparation guidelines. So, just really think about what you would want to discuss if you only have 45 minutes of board time.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, so also the expectation is that, I said 4 days prior, the expectation is that you read everybody else's board reports before the board as well, so you can give feedback. Another thing to do is answer the question, what is the one thing which, if it were accomplished today, would have the greatest impact on your business? So Keith will probably ask you that question. Josh and I, we set up about like 30 to 45 minutes independently just to answer that one question, just to kind of brainstorm ideas. Because Keith Cunningham's really big on figuring out, like, what's the one thing? I know you are too. Like, what's the one thing to focus on right now? So what's the one thing? We already talked about 4 days prior. It should be about 3 to 4 page summary of your board reports and union. And it's all here. It's right here.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know you'll appreciate Keith. He doesn't really like stories. He cuts through stories pretty quick. Yeah, so the whole format is right here. I know you can read. I'm just trying to point out anything that might not be written here.
Yeah, that's helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's all here. And obviously, you got the homework assignment for who and good strategy, bad strategy.
For what?
For the books, the 2 recommended readings.
Yeah.
Who and good strategy, bad strategy.
Good strategy, bad strategy?
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah, and so Josh and I will share ours with you when we're done, so you can see what we did as well. We're planning to have ours done within the week because we have some travel in between. So that's what's there for that. One other thing regarding Chairman's Council Mastermind is I know you had a question about it. So
it's next month, right?
Yeah, it's next month. It's November 16th, 17th, 18th, plus 3 days in Austin.
Got it.
And as a bonus, we get his 2-day Planner Get Slaughtered event, December 1st through the 2nd. Joshua and I are both planning on being there to plan out 2017. I know Eric Worre's event is the 29th, the 30th, and the 1st, a six-figure mastermind or summit event. Joshua and I are going to fly out of there on the last flight on the 30th, nonstop. So we'll catch the majority of the event. We'll just miss the reception in the evening, and then whatever they do the following morning. So that's our plan. We're planning on attending. I encourage you, or a member, somebody on your team, to be there to represent the company, to plan out 2017. I just think it'd be very synergistic, you know, all of us being on the same page for the following year. So I just want to put that out there for you.
It's in Texas?
Yeah, it's in Austin, Texas.
Are all events in Austin?
All the events are in Austin.
Cool. All right. All right, man. Thank you. Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, man, absolutely. You're welcome, my brother. You got any other questions for me? Questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah. I mean, I already know what the one thing that would make an impact is.
What is that for you guys right now?
Credit.
Okay, got it.
That is it.
All right, my brother. Well, let me know if you have any questions about this stuff, man. I want to make sure that we both get the most out of this experience together.
Sounds good, man. Talk to you soon, brother.
All right, man. Have a good weekend.
All right, you too. Bye.
Thanks for that.